Hi, hello, welcome. I saw Marianna do this and I thought it was so fun, this book tag. So, we're going to go through the questions. Number one, how many books are you planning to read in 2025? I set my goal at 50 books last year and I blew that out of the water. So, this year I set my goal at 100. I don't really care that much if I meet it. I kind of just don't want Goodreads to ask me. I'm not going to read things just to be reading. I'm going to read things I want to read. If I'm not in the mood to read, I just don't read. So sometimes I go a week in between books because I just don't know what I want to read next. Number two, a book you're likely to reread in 2025. I don't know that I'm much of a rereader. I'm not someone that watches movies over and over again really either. I will say I have been itching for the next Magnolia Parks book by Jessa Hastings, and if I choose to reread something, it will definitely be that series. And I'm not sure I'll reread the whole series, but I definitely have considered rereading the Daisy books. And when the next book comes out, we don't even have a release date, so I may have to reread just to know what the heck is going on. Number three, a priority read on your 2025 TBR. Recursion by Blake Crouch. I loved Dark Matter last year, loved it. And I just received a copy of Recursion. Britt and her books from TikTok has talked a lot about that one also and how much she liked it. She liked it even more than Dark Matter, so that's probably one that I am very excited to start. Number four, an author you will not be reading more from in 2025. I'm going to go with Marina Kent. I just don't think her writing style is for me. It's not the dark romance that's the problem. It's just the way that she writes isn't my taste. So probably will not be reading anything else from her. Next, something new you want to read. So this was supposed to be like genres or tropes. I would like to read more sci-fi this year. I have not read a lot of science fiction, but the two that I read last year, I really enjoyed. So I feel like that means I should read more. I also think I am kind of dipping my toe in dark romance, so that's going to be on the horizon for sure. I also want to read an epic fantasy, I think. Next, a popular book you want to read. I have not read Normal People by Sally Rooney yet, and I really want to read that. I've seen that all over TikTok. So I also received a copy of that recently, and I definitely want to read it. Next, your most anticipated book release. Oh, probably either, I'm not sure what it's called, but maybe the new Emily Henry book or the new book coming out by B.E. Schwab, or Jessa Hastings has a new book coming out this year also. One of those. A bookish goal for 2025. I have two. One, I am going to keep better track of my bookmarks this year. I cannot keep bookmarks to save my life. They just disappear. I don't know where they go. Poof, they're gone. And then also, I'm going to DNF when I don't like something. I'm not going to suffer through a book I don't like. A book on your TBR you'll probably never read. Maybe the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. I feel like, or maybe the John Gwynne books. I am so interested in reading them, and I see them on so many of the book talkers that I like. I am so intimidated. I'm so intimidated. I feel like I just don't have the confidence to start one of those. So maybe that. Oh, or Metamorphosis. I actually started that this year and am very overwhelmed by it. So one of those. A series you want to read this year. Jade City by Fonda Lee. I am going to start that ASAP. Or Red Rising. That's on there too. I also really want to read Dune. Your auto-buy authors. So I don't know that I've ever had auto-buy authors in the past, but over the last year, I've really latched on to a couple. So Jessa Hastings, obviously, if you haven't gotten that by now, I don't know where you've been. I will buy everything that Jessa Hastings puts out because I love her writing so much. Carrie Maniscalco, I will probably read all of her stuff too because I really enjoy her books. Kate Stewart may eventually be like that, but I have only read a few, so I haven't read all of hers, so we'll see. Oh, Emily Henry, I think, has very quickly flown to the top of that list. I am not even a huge romance reader, but I love hers. Hers are just perfect. Elsie Silver maybe is going to be there. I haven't read all of hers yet, but maybe. And I feel like V.E. Schwab probably will make that list. A book to show adaptation for 2025. I have no idea what books are being made into shows. No clue. But I will tell you, I would love to see Caraval made into like a movie or a book. I think that would be so cool. The visuals from that book would be crazy. Or Magnolia Parks, obviously. Obviously. I think that any of the Emily Henry books would be a really cute movie. A sequel you're anticipating. So the Ravenhood Legacy books, there's one of those that comes out this year that I'm really excited about. Whenever we get another book from Carrie Maniscalco, the Throne of the Fallen, Throne of Secrets, the next one, the Rose Hill series, there's another one coming out for that. Bookish things you want to continue this year. Making book content. I was only on TikTok, but with the TikTok ban, decided to make a YouTube and a Instagram. And so I think moving forward, I'm going to try my hardest to keep up on those and kind of dive into that. I'm still learning both of those platforms, which has been quite a learning experience. So we'll see. And I have really enjoyed over the last year, my husband and I have been trying to seek out independent bookstores just as something fun to do in our spare time. And so obviously I want to continue that. That's been one of my favorite things we've done over the last year. And I have loved that. What to expect from this account? I don't know. I can't tell you that. My goal is to make monthly wrap-up videos and try to get on some kind of a consistent basis of letting you know what I'm reading and what I'm enjoying. It's going to be a learning process. I think you can definitely expect to hear me yap about what I'm currently reading because that's about what I do most of the time anyways. How has your reading taste evolved over the last year? It's expanded. I really started off reading romance and I tried one romantasy and really enjoyed it. And so that kind of started this explosion of different genres. And so I would say at the beginning of last year, I probably was reading mostly romance, a little bit of mystery, not enjoying the mystery. And I just really dove into fantasy, romantasy, sci-fi, dark romance. Just, yeah, my genres have just really widened. And I like that. I don't know. I'm just such a all over the place, chaotic kind of person. My personality changes from day to day. So what I want to read changes. Booktubers who inspire you. Honestly, Marianna is great. I really enjoy her content. Kristen and Maddie are some of my favorite content creators on all of the platforms. I watch everything they put out. Books Are Sick is incredible. Smitty, Lexi is fantastic. What I think they all have in common is when I watch one of their videos, I walk away from it knowing if the book they liked is something that I would like. And it's not just, oh, I would like it because she would like it. It's they give such a good description of the books without giving anything away that you just feel like you know without a doubt if you're going to like it or not. They all just seem so smart. Something you would want to say to someone who is thinking about starting a book account. I think a lot of people would say just start. I think that's great, but also just don't worry about blowing up or how many followers or subscribers. Just what I have gained from it more than that is just having people to talk about these books with. It's kind of like having an online book club. And so whether it's something I've liked or not liked, I put it on the internet and people just flock to say, oh, well, if you liked that, you're going to like this. Or if you didn't like that, try this instead. And you just get to have these discussions that I personally am not a part of a book club in my community. And so I get that from the internet. If you watched this, thank you so much. And I hope that you stick around and go on this reading journey of 2025 with me.